This is the time of the year, ain't it? When they start handing out the big awards, they start writing all the end-of-year lists. It's a big time of the year for movie lovers. It's a very special time, Joe. It's the reason for the season is all these awards that all these movies get. But maybe, I would say, maybe the most important event of award season, definitely the most interesting, and as far as I'm concerned, the most consequential. This is the Oscars as far as I'm concerned. I'm talking about John Waters' annual top 10 movies of the year list.
Yes.
Baby. The Pope of Trash himself always brings it. I cannot wait to see John's wacky list every year.
Every year.
It's the best. Last year he had Beau is Afraid. Ari Aster's Beau is Afraid is his best movie of the year. Incredible pick. Didn't even show up on my top 10. I think it's a great pick.
You know, in my 5 best pictures, obviously.
Well, you and John are two peas in a pod, I guess. Yeah.
No. But I will say, every year, doesn't John Waters' top 10 act as sort of like a recalibration for you mentally?
Yes,
where you're like,
does.
okay. It like bumps it makes you a couple assumptions you have about certain movies kind of shored up. Like, okay, it's on the right side of John or the wrong side of John. Like, I do love the list, and it does matter.
Is John, I treat it almost as fact. This year, we'll see. Right. This year, there's a really tough one on there for me.
Well, yeah.
But let's get into it.
Go ahead, jump in.
So, number 1, Love Lies Bleeding is his best movie of the year. Again, incredible
perfect John pick.
Incredible.
That's what you
John
want from
pick.
your Waters list. You want Love Lies Bleeding. Number 1.
I liked Love Lies Bleeding. It's not going to show up anywhere.
I thought it was
it's
really
not going to
good.
get anywhere close to my top 10.
I'm with you.
This is the perfect John Waters pick.
That's
he
number
also
1.
nailed the essence when you're doing these lists of what a number 1 pick is, which is you have to be honest, but you also have to try to be original with your number 1 pick. Nobody wants you to put the same movie that everyone else is putting as your number 1. So you have to be honest, but also singular. Sort of, you have to sort of lean into your personality. Like, what did I like more than anybody else?
You have to trust yourself on a distinctive number 1.
Yes.
Every once in a while, your number 1 is, the consensus number 1, and you have to be honest about that moment too. But, John loved
he loved Love Lies Bleeding.
And when he walked out and everyone else was like, yeah, it was really good. He
was like,
what do you mean really good?
It's the movie of the year.
Best. Yeah, and like in that delta between what people think and what you think can add so much sauce to it.
I have too his little comments too. He said this is the movie that Russ Meyer might have made if he had been a lesbian intellectual addicted to steroids. That's high praise. That's high praise.
Fair enough. That's true. A lot of good steroids in there.
And I think too, like, you also want a movie that feels, even if just for you, feels like the movie of the year, like let's say like I loved Edward Berger's All Quiet on the Western Front. Like, I couldn't make that number 1 because you need like what's going to be like a definitive movie for 2024.
You couldn't because that's not your personality. Somebody else might be like, I'm an All Quiet on the Western Front.
I think you want one of the things you want to do with your number 1 pick as you're making your top 10 movies of the year list, which you should. Everyone should be it should be compulsory. You should have to do it. Does compulsory mean mandatory? Is mandatory?
Mandatory means
it should be mandatory. It should be mandatory that you have to do your top 10 movies of the year list, and use this list as your inspiration because it's great. Now he leans into some predictable ones 2 through 4. Queer, The Brutalist, Hard Truths, bragging that he's seen Hard Truths already.
Look, number 2, Queer. Lucas Queer. John Waters gave it 2,
which we're going to talk about tonight.
Then he liked The Brutalist. So, like, I mean, I've never seen the movie. Looks straight as an arrow. That's, like, high praise for, like, 3-hour long, doing the damn thing, American epic movie, right? So, John
Waters liked it?
John's hinting, like, this movie's fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Hard Truths, he's bragging that he got to see it.
He got to see Hard Truths before the rest of us. We will see it in January. We'll review it before.
Oh, sorry, we don't live in New York where you can watch it on December 6th. On Friday, you could have watched it.
Now, a movie I had not heard of before this list, Messy, directed by Alexi Wasser, in her directorial debut. Messy follows the life of brutally self-aware, promiscuous, love-addicted Stella Fox who moves to New York after a devastating breakup, etc., etc. Romantic dalliances over the course of a summer. He called it Woody Allen-esque, Waters did, which, again, high praise from a filmmaking perspective. And I'm going to check it out when I can. Messy. Now, here's the big one, Joe. This is why we're doing this, the big one. You knew John had a bomb for you. You knew John wasn't going to just sleepwalk through, 6 through 10.
No.
He's got Joker Folia do at number 6. At number 6, Joe, one of the worst movies of the year. What happened here? What is John doing?
Look, John's a hateful guy. He's got a lot of hate in his heart. He's got a lot of love in his heart, too. but he's a twisted F. We all
I
know
don't
it.
blame him. We just heard that Liar Mouth with Aubrey Plaza is not getting made. His new movie's not getting made. You're not letting John Waters make movies anymore?
I'm not mad about it. I disagree. I thought Joker 2 was a really tough watch, but I don't disagree that it was John Waters' 6th favorite movie of the year. That tracks. He's got a bone to pick with this world. Joker, Folie à Deux, has some lovers of high esteem. Jason Blum, Tarantino, John Waters.
Blum likes everything he watches.
John Waters added to the list. There's this contingent of these angry smarties. Older angry smarties.
But it's not like I think they are not seeing the movie. I think it becomes a vessel for them to exercise their anger against Hollywood, and I think they love that. They love the exercise of the movie.
Some movies are like that. I don't think
they're seeing the movie.
Some movies are like that.
Listen to this crap, okay? I'm so sorry. I love John Waters more than life itself. This is just garbage. All right, and this is why we love his list.
This has to be the list. It has to have this in it. Go ahead.
Finally, a love story I can relate to. Okay, great line. Great opening line about Joker Folie à Deux. So insane, so well thought out, so well directed. No. It's Jailhouse Rock meets Busby Berkeley. Busby Berkeley. The worst part about the movie is that Todd Phillips phones in the musical.
There's one number when he gets hit with a spotlight. I don't know what that.
Phones it in. That's my main complaint with the movie, that doesn't lean into the musical numbers. Stupid critics. I love that. Gaga so good. Joker so right. Die dumbbells die. Honestly,
like that.
A great closing line. A great closing salvo by Waters. It honestly hurts. It hurts for John Waters to call you a dumbbell. It
feels good. I want John Waters to call me a dumbbell and throw, shade at me. I like that. That's that's another texture you want from your John Waters. Just getting yelled at, called a dum-dum. I like that.
Well, that's your kink, baby. That's
I like that.
That's what you love. Mm-hmm. Now, a movie that you also love, Femme, comes in at number 7. This is vindicating for you,
Finally,
Joe.
some fucking respect. Put some respect on the name.
I
have
a lot of friends that are movie lovers. I talk to a lot of movie lovers. I follow all their dumbasses on X. Yeah. You're the only person talking about Femme, Joe, besides John Waters.
Thanks. Thank you, Brett. At the halfway point of the year, I said Nathan Stewart Jarrett's my best actor this year. Kind of a lock. Still waiting. Mm-hmm. Tick tock. Daniel Craig makes a case. We'll see. But no, Nathan Stewart Jarrett and Femme is amazing. The movie Femme, very dark, very tough to watch. Again, awesome. Terrific acting. Great writing. I love that movie. Thank you, Mr. Waters.
Now, thank you also for number 8, where he has Amelia Perez, Jacques Audiard's Amelia Perez. And I say thank you because I've noticed this nasty little trend online recently, Joe, where there is a backlash against Amelia Perez. Perhaps a predictable backlash because of how, lauded and awarded it's been. But a backlash where the kids are saying it's overrated, it's bad, what am I watching? Why does everybody think this is good? Thank you, John Waters, for stepping in, setting these kids straight.
Yeah, it's good.
Validating Amelia Perez further beyond the ways it's already been validated. Amelia Perez is one of the best movies of the year. I don't know. The backlash, I guess, again, was inevitable for kind of a unique award season movie, but it's totally undeserved. Amelia Perez is legit, and it deserves all the hype that it's getting, in my opinion. A movie now, Joe. This is if we were tracking these like stocks, a movie that is rising and rising and rising. That I have not seen yet, but rising in my sort of anticipation. I think Baby Girl might knock us out, dude. I think there's a little bit there was a little bit of sort of like, I don't know, familiarity around like, oh, the straights are doing an S&M movie. It's like, okay, they want to show that they're fucking freaky or whatever. Yeah, we get it. So there's a little bit of that when you heard about the movie and you saw the trailer. But I just keep hearing such great things. Waters has it on his top 10. Yeah. And Waters even made a note in the comments about usually I scoff when the straights try to get freaky in their movies, but Baby Girl's legit. So
I'd love to hear that. About to get spicy this Christmas.
Cannot wait.
I've been seeing that 1 and 2 on people, not just people, critics lists. I think this is a Best Picture kind of contender.
I think Kidman too is going to be a front runner.
And if I was Mikey and Neon, I would be looking over my shoulder.
Oh yeah, Mikey, watch out!
Nicole
this is going to be Lily Gladstone thinks she's got it, and then
here comes Nicole Kidman.
Here comes the establishment.
That'd be great.
Just stomp your dreams into two.
Now, Mikey, you're my girl.
I want to say though to AMC theaters, okay, and this is Carson. If you think this is clippable, clip this. I'll leave it up to you. This is a message to AMC theaters. I have been very critical about the Nicole Kidman promo that runs in front of AMC movies and has been running in front of them ad infinitum since the fucking quarantine, okay? We get it. We've seen the ad so many times now. Everyone can quote it. Everyone thinks it's camp. It's not camp. It's silly. And it'd be fine if we just all sat there and looked at our phones until the movie started. But when people started reciting the lines and standing up and saluting and applauding, it's like everybody. This is because there's an emptiness in your life. This ain't it, baby. You're not seeing what you think you're seeing. This is just an ad for AMC. This is not camp, okay? However, so up until this point, I've been in favor of just getting rid of that dumb promo, moving on to something else. Now is the time for the promo, because when I go to see Baby Girl, when I go to see Nicole Kidman's big S&M Freakathon, you better play that fucking AMC promo in front of it. I better see Nicole Kidman walking into an AMC, sitting down, and then I watch Baby Girl. You better play it. Do not ditch it now. Do not get rid of it now. You better play that freaking Nicole Kidman AMC promo before Baby Girl. I don't know if there's plans to discontinue it, but I feel like maybe there's we shouldn't. There's definitely a memo. There's an email circulating at AMC right now that no one wants to respond to, where someone is like, "Hey, do you think maybe we shouldn't run the Nicole Kidman promo in front of Baby Girl?"
Not only should you run it, but in Q1 instead of Avatar 2, I want to see Baby Girl. So Nicole Kidman's going to the AMC. She's watching Baby Girl.
And at number 10, the second movie that I had not heard of, but man, this thing sounds good. I really want to watch it. Viet An Nam, directed by Truong Min Khoi, starring Tia. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to pronounce these names. Look up Viet An Nam online. Don't listen to my dumbass who can't pronounce stuff. This movie sounds and looks amazing. It's about two coal miners who are lovers dreaming of a better life by escaping their lives until a doomed future parts them. Have you heard of a better log line in your life? This thing sounds amazing. Amazing. And John Waters had a very funny line in his top 10 where he was like, this was he's basically saying like this was my like auteur spot in the list. I was giving this to like an auteur, and he says like, sorry, Almodovar, Sean Baker, and Guy Madden, but this is my like auteur pick for the year. I really love that.
Well,
I love that.
He shouts out his guys. That's nice.
I love that, and he does. It's like a. It's also he's like they'll get it. They'll understand.
Yeah. Nora was good. You don't need it on my top 10.
Exactly.
List.
You don't need it on my top 10. So I love this. I'm sorry I can't pronounce the names of the lead actors, but this thing sounds amazing. I don't know how to see it. I don't know when we're going to be able to see it, but at some point in the future we will
John
be
Waters
able.
Has a copy. Go over to his
John.
house.
Put it online. Link it on Vimeo, baby. Let's watch Vietnam. No, let's pay for it when it comes into your local art house theater, which hopefully it will soon.